previously.
Elon Musk says the company managed to meet a self-imposed deadline to produce 5,000 Model 3 cars in a week. Musk seems confident that the company can keep up the momentum. Now, to meet that goal, the company went to extraordinary lengths, setting up a third general assembly line under a tent outside the Fremont, California plant. Musk, meanwhile, slept on the factory floor.
And to keep the momentum going into July, Tesla announced some major news from China.
Tesla today is making all kinds of headlines as the Shanghai government, according to Reuters, says they have signed a memorandum of understanding to build a plant with annual capacity of 500,000 vehicles.
500,000. Wow.
The plans for building a gigafactory in China are significant from this standpoint. It would be both a place for battery manufacturing as well as for final assembly of vehicles. And China is the market to be in if you want to do better in electric vehicles. It is the #1 market in the world in terms of overall sales. It dwarfs the U.S., Germany, and France. The government is actively pushing people to buy electric vehicles in China.
So while the news was seen as a positive, Tesla stock was performing well, and then some seemingly unrelated news breaks out.
Tonight, rescue teams in Thailand are working around the clock, scrambling to free a youth soccer team from the flooded cave they've been trapped in for more than a week, just found alive yesterday.
And while the situation looked grim, Elon Musk and the SpaceX team offered to help.
Elon Musk has a method to save the Thai youth soccer team trapped in a cave. It involves a kid-sized submarine. This tube has oxygen ports and a cone on the nose to protect it from getting hit with rocks. Musk tweeted that the pod is built from the liquid oxygen transfer tube of a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. And in this journey, a passenger is laying inside the tube with his arms crossed. The diameter is very tight, just 12.2 inches. Once out of the water, the team has to unlock the door carefully, adjusting the pressure and screwing off multiple bolts. Eventually, the hatch is opened and the man can slide out of the top end.
Well, not only has Elon Musk arrived here in Thailand, he has been in the cave. We've just seen some tweets from him. He says, I've just returned from Chamber 3 of the cave. He says he's brought with him his submarine, which is made from rocket parts, and he says he's going to leave it there just in case it is needed to help in the rescue.
So what sort of reception will Elon and his team get for going out of their way to try and help out?
Now, recently, the diver Unsworth criticized this submarine. He called it, quote, a PR stunt. He said it, quote, had absolutely no chance of working. And he also said that Musk can, quote, stick his submarine where it hurts. Soon after those comments, Musk took to Twitter, and then he wrote, sorry, pedo guy, you really did ask for it. Now, he offered no proof or justification for that allegation, and when it was criticized, he actually doubled down. He wrote another tweet saying, I'll bet you a signed dollar it's true. Now, all of those tweets have since been deleted, and now that British cave diver is considering legal action.
So while the Twitter exchange proved to be a major distraction, Tesla soon after reported earnings.
We start with Tesla, one of the most controversial stocks in the market, charging higher after reporting earnings moments ago.
If you look at the numbers for the quarter, we've said it all along. The earnings per share is really not what people are focused on. Yeah, it was a loss of 306 and the expectation was a loss of 292 per share. That's not what's moving this stock. What's moving the stock is the fact that the cash position, they ended the quarter a little better than many people expected. $2.2 billion in cash on hand. The cash flow, about $739 million. That's better than many were expecting. I saw some estimates of saying, look, we could see them going through $1.2 billion in the quarter. They're still projecting to be profitable in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. He has apologized to Tony Sacconaghi, who asked the question last quarter, and he was told, hey, that's a bonehead question.
During the conference call, Elon hinted at some major news on the future profitability of Tesla going forward.
Our goal is to be profitable and cash flow positive for every quarter going forward.
Scott, you combine those comments along with better than expected results in terms of liquidity and cash burn from the second quarter, and that's why you have a stock that is moving substantially higher.
Today's big jump means big pain for short sellers.
He tweeted yesterday morning at David Einhorn saying that he'll send the hedge fund billionaire a box of short shorts to comfort him through this difficult time. That was in response to Einhorn's latest investor letter, where he continued to critique Tesla and its production goals. Another known bear, Jim Chanos, the famous short seller, compared Tesla to a piece of meat at delivering alpha a few weeks ago.
This company has been about selling the sizzle. Now that the steak is here, the steak is sort of raw and uncooked.
When it comes to shorting Tesla, misery loves company. Tesla is the most shorted U.S. equity, according to S3 Partners, which collects real-time data on short interest. More than 35 million shares have been shorted, with a short interest now at a whopping $11.7 billion.
3 weeks later,
the Saudi Public Investment Fund has built up this undisclosed stake. They're putting a size of it, about 3 to 5% of the total shares of the companies. They are saying that, again, those sources familiar say that stake is now worth between 1.7 and around $2.9 billion.
And then, out of nowhere, Elon drops a major bombshell.
Tesla shares remain halted for news pending this for about 30 minutes or so after a series of tweets from CEO Elon Musk that he may take the company private.
Elon Musk clarifying his bombshell tweet from last week that he has secured funding to take Tesla private. Musk writing today on Tesla's corporate blog. Going back almost 2 years, the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund has approached me multiple times about taking Tesla private. They first met with me at the beginning of 2017 to express this interest because of the important need to diversify away from oil. Obviously, the Saudi Sovereign Fund has more than enough capital needed to execute on such a transaction.
And in the following days, there was major uncertainty whether this was actually going to happen, whether funding was actually secured.
Tom, the SEC is reportedly investigating Elon Musk's tweet about a possible buyout of Tesla. The Wall Street Journal says regulators want to know if the message was factual.
And also, concerns start to emerge as how Elon is coping with the major stresses that he's under.
Tesla stock has been on a roller coaster over the past 10 days. It jumped dramatically right after Musk tweeted he might take the company private. But then doubts arose that the funding really exists, and the share price suffered several steep declines, including today.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk says he is under tremendous pressure to produce more cars, and it is driving him to the brink. In the last 2 months, Elon Musk has sold 20,000 flamethrowers.
Is it on fire?
Sent a mini submarine to rescue boys trapped in a cave in Thailand. Called the mayor of Flint, Michigan, and promised to fix the city's water crisis.
And they said, we're calling on behalf of Elon Musk. I said, oh. Okay.
And claimed to have the funding to take the Tesla car company private. In an interview yesterday with the New York Times, Musk alternated between laughter and tears and acknowledged that he was fraying, saying, quote, I've had friends come by who are really concerned. Musk says he's been working 120 hours a week trying to meet production goals on a new model Tesla. In April, he showed CBS's Gayle King where he sleeps at the Fremont factory.
I sleep on the couch over there.
So you're just laying here on the couch?
Yeah. Last time I was here, I actually slept literally on the floor because the couch was too narrow.
And then, more major news breaks.
The decision from Tesla's CEO Elon Musk. Remember, he was considering making Tesla a private company. Well, he has now decided, and he has said investors convinced him to keep it public. That means Tesla, the electric car and solar panel maker, will remain on the public stock exchanges. Musk released a statement late last night saying he made the decision based on feedback from shareholders who said rules would limit just how much they could sink into a private company. He also met with the company's board on Thursday, which agreed with his decision to stay public.
So while many retail investors cheered that Tesla was staying public, Elon soon after went on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Whether a media stunt gone bad or an ill-made decision, the video of billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk smoking during a live interview Thursday has translated to a financial hit on his company. The stock value of electric car manufacturer Tesla tumbled 9% Friday morning, continuing a downward trend fueled by a string of corporate resignations and its founder's erratic behavior.
I'm getting text messages from friends saying, what the hell are you doing?
So while the media couldn't believe what had just happened, the SEC laid out their lawsuit against Elon Musk.
Welcome back. Elon Musk is under fire this morning. The Securities and Exchange Commission laying out the details of its lawsuit against the CEO of Tesla. It all stems from Musk's tweet last month alleging he secured funding to take Tesla private.
Today, the SEC filed securities fraud charges against Elon Musk, stemming from his August 7th, 2018 statements disseminated over Twitter that he was considering taking Tesla private. We allege that Musk's statements were false and misleading because they lacked any basis in fact. The SEC's complaint, which was filed earlier today, seeks a finding that Musk committed securities fraud, and a bar prohibiting Musk from serving as an officer or director of a public company in the future.
Musk has responded to the lawsuit in a statement. He says this unjustified action by the SEC leaves me deeply saddened and disappointed. I have always taken action in the best interests of truth, transparency, and investors. Integrity is the most important value in my life, and the facts will show I never compromised this in any way.
Tesla is stumbling and crashing its way to the bottom of the NASDAQ. It is lower at this moment. We can put it up on the screen right now, and we can see it's down about 14%. to $261.
And 2 days later, we got a settlement.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk agrees to step down as chairman of the company and pay a hefty fine under a settlement reached with the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Here are some of the terms of the settlement. Elon Musk will step down as chairman of the board of Tesla. He will also pay a $20 million fine. The Tesla Corporation will also pay a separate $20 million fine.
Following the settlement, Elon decided to clarify what the SEC actually stands for.
Check out shares of Tesla down around 3% in the after-hour session. This following a tweet from CEO Elon Musk, which seemed to troll the SEC. The tweet said, quote, "Just want to say that the short seller enrichment commission is doing incredible work and the name change is so on point." This, of course, after Musk made an agreement with the SEC to settle fraud charges over the now infamous funding secured tweet about taking the company private. The stock is now down around 10% over the past week. Karen.
It's just absurd. It doesn't seem to troll. It actually trolls.
So the question many people asked, were these tweets worth it?
The SEC issuing a $20 million fine to Tesla over Elon Musk's infamous funding secured tweet, which didn't turn out to be so true. Elon regrets, well, he actually regrets nothing. In a series of tweets, the outspoken CEO said that the tweet he posted that led to the SEC charges against Tesla was, quote, worth it. To the panel, I just wonder if Elon's risking yet another kick from the SEC.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more careful.
And on a final note, just to make his views crystal clear during a 60 Minutes interview, Elon said the following.
You tweet a lot.
I use my tweets to express myself. Some people use their hair. I use Twitter.
Have you had any of your tweets censored since the settlement?
No. I want to be clear. I do not respect the SEC. I do not respect them.
But you're abiding by the settlement, aren't you?
Because I respect the justice system.
So while all the attention was on the drama surrounding Elon Musk, many people failed to notice that Tesla was producing Model 3s at a rate that could lead to profitability. I mean, even a famous Tesla short seller changed his views when he took a second look at the upward trend of Tesla's underlying business.
So clearly you've changed your tune on Tesla. What's changed? Why are you convinced that Tesla, the car company, is delivering even as Elon Musk bewilders everyone?
I mean, it's amazing. Elon Musk has made such a sideshow of himself that people started to forget about, including myself, the underlying business. And all the headlines are about Musk does this, Musk does that. And then you start reading about the car. So once I scrape that past, and as a short seller, I'm always rechecking my thesis. And up to a few weeks ago, I was short. And I'm rechecking, then I'm like, oh my God, this car is just dominating. And the Model S is still dominating. Not just dominating, they're just completely smoking the competition.
So will Tesla show a profit in Q3?
How about an earnings surprise? People were saying, well, maybe Tesla won't be making a profitable quarter in the third quarter, or if they do, maybe it'll just be by a little. A profit of $2.90. That is well above the consensus estimate of a loss of 19 cents a share. Revenue coming in much better than expected at $6.82 billion. The expectation was for revenue at $6.33 billion. That's the reason this stock is moving higher, substantially higher. A surprise earnings beat.
But the good news didn't last long. Literally 1 day later, we got news of more drama.
Tesla in more hot water. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the FBI has opened up an investigation that Tesla has misstated performance of the production of their Model 3 sedan and about the company's business going back to early last year.
So while another investigation starts, we get an insight into how tough 2018 has been on Elon Musk.
Tesla really faced a severe threat of death due to the Model 3 production ramp. Essentially, the company was bleeding money like crazy, and just if we didn't solve these problems in a very short period of time, we would die. And it was extremely difficult to solve them.
How close to death did you come?
Within single-digit weeks.
22 hours a day, or like what? How many
I
hours?
was working, so 7 days a week, sleeping in the factory.
You ever worry about yourself imploding? Like it's just too much?
Absolutely. No one should put this many hours into work. This is very painful.
Painful in what sense?
It hurts my brain and my heart.
And yet, with all the drama, Elon was still pushing forward with his companies and even held an event to show the progress that the Boring Company was making.
Zipping 40 feet beneath Los Angeles, Elon Musk's sci-fi vision closer to reality.
Traffic has gone from just 7th level of hell to the 8th level of hell, and it's terrible.
Now it's hard to believe when you see the size of this tunnel, but digging it was the easy part. What Elon Musk wants now is an entire grid stretching citywide.
His next dream, carrying 4,000 cars an hour.
If you can tunnel here, you can tunnel anywhere.
For now, he's settling for 1 mile, closer to the future.
So that wraps up the year. There's no doubt that 2018 was the hardest year for Tesla and Elon Musk since they IPO'd back in 2010. They started the year in production hell and overcame all odds to get Model 3 production to 5,000 per week by mid-year. But as things started to look good, Elon's 420 tweet brought in more scrutiny and an SEC investigation. But with all that, Tesla still managed to deliver almost 250,000 vehicles, up 137% from the previous year. Tesla's revenue almost doubled, recording $21.5 billion, and also Tesla recorded a profit in both Q3 and Q4 of 2018. So is this a turning point for Tesla? Well, to find out, the story continues in the next episode, the year of 2019. If you enjoyed the episode and want to help the channel, please consider supporting on Patreon so I can keep on making more videos for you guys. And remember, all content is for educational and entertainment purposes and not financial advice. So till next time, I'll catch you guys soon.